Trubor nakaslem jong udongsan Hima.
Ka Congress sa Meghalaya kabalapan kre banyak kunya ka election siya kayong dorbar tawaan ka Kawei jong ka jala menta kasngi ka khandai tarik urampang Hajar Pyllait kala pelaj ba ya ka mat Kular election lani election manifesto kabala ai kerteng ka 5-star Meghalaya. Habakran na kani kasngi ha Congress Bhavan u President ka Meghalaya Pradesh Congress Committee uba Vincent H. Pala uloang bahakani ka mat Kular election ka Congress kala besu santli kimat kiba kongsan kiban sa pentray kamla da kaseng kawan ha kabor senchar. Uba palaw lay thu baka baning kong kadiban pinkop bori kilong kami ha Meghalaya bat kani ka kuntop ya ka jingirap pisa kaba lay hajar tingka si benai kilong kami kiba bersama ruwe ya ka yin kasem bat chisnem kanong lay punri hajar tingka. Kamat kabaar kalong halor ka jingbom dan ki kam ki jam. Ha kaba uba palaw loong baka kongres kanwan ra ki rukom trekam kumno wan la ban pendunai ka jela na ka jingkerdu kam ki samla bat ban wan ra ki lat ki lenti ban pentikna ba marwe na ka we ka Longïing de ban yo kam. Ha kamat ka balai ka kongres kala Kular ru ban yale persya ya ka bamsap ka balak ta bha ya ka jela.
Main 5 stars which are playing. Number one is since Meghalaya is matrilineal society, so we consider as women as the top priority. So we think when during the survey and the door-to-door meeting of workers on the ground, we find that many of our women has a main responsibility for the family. So we thought that number one, we should see that the single women, especially in our society, almost 41% of women are single mother. So we thought that this will affect society as a whole. Until and unless we empower the women, empower the family, I think our society will become poorer and poorer. So to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor and empower of the rich is very important. So we thought that every single mother, especially in the BPL, when our workers has gone door to door to campaign, they saw that most of the single mother who are responsible for the family, they need the assistance, and there's only way assistance for the government. So we thought that we should assist, if we come to power, we should give at least 3,000 per single women per month. That means 36,000 per month, which we are going to for the single women per year. That's very important because, like I told you, that this program is designed with the door-to-door campaign and the survey. We sent it to Delhi and Delhi approved it, and we've done it. This also will be in our manifesto. Number two is that we saw that unemployment is very high in our state, and even those who are employed do not get payment. So some are, from our youth, come from a very poor family. They have done their study, and then after their study, the parents have spent a lot of money on the youth, whereas they don't get a job. So they have become poor because number one, they come from a poor family. Number three is that after spending on their children, they become poorer and poorer if they don't get a job. So the expectations of every family is that they should educate their children and get a job. So we thought this is very serious for our society. If our society want to be strong, then we need to design to see that every family there must be at least one job to be provided for every family. So we thought that that's why we said unemployment, at least a job for every family members, so that our people will be up to the mark where we can have a free unemployment. Number three, we have seen that the corruption in Meghalaya is become day to day is become more and more. Now the corruption has gone not only at the officers level, it has gone to a politicians level. Now slowly it will go up to the voters level. The present scenario, the present system is that the voters are being bribed. The candidates from one party shifted to other parties, and even the MLAs being shifted from one party to another party. This is all because of the corruptions. People do not think for the society. The leaders do not think for the state. They don't think for society because they think for the personal. So if you think for the personal, which directions it takes our state in the future and our society. So we think that our top priority also to see that we have Meghalaya free from corruptions. So our third commitment is free corruptions in Meghalaya.
Syuk ke Kongres kalau Kular ru an pen bahaya ke jing tre kam ha ketenat boarding ka ban la ban pelat ya ke jela na ke jing syak pelip boarding elektrik ka bakha kha. La Kular ru ban wan ra ki rukom tre kam bat syem khia ban te la kam yu drak ha ke ni ke jela bat ban penong ya ke jela ka balat na ke jing ma udrak.
Number 4 is that we have seen when we went door-to-door campaign, we saw that many of the poor family, they don't have money even to pay for the electricity bill. And many of them, when you go, the students during exam, they cannot study because they don't have electricity, and the bill for electricity sometimes it comes in bulk. For 3-4 years, the bill did not come. Suddenly the bill come and they do not pay, and they could not pay the bill. So we think the government is responsible to design to see that a family like those has to be assisted and helped by the government. So this is very important for us. So we thought that we should have a power generation where we have enough power. So we committed that we must have a power cut free. For that, Meghalaya requires at least 180 crores units every year, whereas our production is 120 crores. So almost 60 crores unit in a year we are shortage. So we decided, we committed that we should generate at least minimum 500 megawatts within 5 years in our program. That's why to have a power cut free, we must have also the resources in our hand. Meghalaya has the capacity to produce up to 3,000 megawatts. So all these are left untouched. So we have enough rivers, we have enough sunlight, we have enough coal, so we can do from different resources to produce power. So once we have the power in your hand, so we don't have to pay all those bills from NEPCO or other states, we don't have to buy them. The only way is that we have to invest in infrastructure, not only to give the power, but also to give employment to our youth. Because like Ilekshon project has given more than 4,000 engineers, and so many people have been employed in a different capacity. Therefore, we decided that we should launch as a mission, and one of our 5-star commitment is power cut free. And the last and very important is that, Meghalaya, in terms of our youth, we have almost 60% of population are youth. And these youths are in a big challenge now. When we go door to door, we find that many of the parents are used to cry when we visit them. When we say that what they want, they said, no, my son is in jail, or my son is giving a problem to us. Why? Because of the drugs. Meghalaya is now is the biggest problem in India, next to Punjab last time. So, but Meghalaya is increasing day to day in terms of drugs. Drugs in the sense that drugs abuse, including alcoholic and others. We don't have enough rehabilitation center, but we keep on pumping alcohol, we keep on pumping retail outlet, we keep on pumping more and more by store. And also the Meghalaya is like almost a center for drugs coming from Bangladesh, drugs from different parts of our border in India. For example, like from Nepal, from other countries, they come to Meghalaya, and from Meghalaya then it goes everywhere. Even sometimes from Bangladesh because of our porous border issues. So this is a problem we have. So we decided that when we went door to door, then the people, one of the main important is that the drugs will spoil not only the present generation, but it spoil the future generation. It spoil our society, it spoil the family, not only a man who's been drugs addicts, but also to the entire family and the future. So we decided we should have a drug-free Meghalaya. If we want our future to grow, if we want our children to grow better, then we should have a drug-free Meghalaya. These are 4 things, 5-star commitments. Number 1 is empowering of women by giving 3,000 per month for a single mother within the BPL. And number 2 is that unemployment free, as I have stated. Number 4 is that corruption free. You have seen the corruption level is very high, as I have stated. Number 4 is power cut free, where we will develop and generate employment also in the power sector. And the last is the drug free Meghalaya. have 41% after the government census, is that most of the family is run by a single woman. This is very important, and at the same time it's very concern us. That's why we put this at the top right. Regarding the Marriage Act, which you said, that it needs lots of discussions, because it involves the church, it involves the community, it involves the youth. So it's just to say that we are going to do, because when we make law, we should see that the law is made as per the wish of the people, not as the wish of our government. So we have to have a discussions on these issues. Last time also this was quite public discuss. So it cannot be just we make like these laws. That when we make a process, we make, and the discussions on this we will do it. And like I told you, Congress is the only party this time not only votes but deeds. We have 10 women out of 60. This itself shows that the women, if elected, will fight for the women. And most of our women are experienced and very committed to the service of the public. I think this may my answer to you. Thank you. We don't want to compare what TMC is making. And it's not fair and wise for us to compare what other parties, because every party has got their own plan, every party has got their own survey. See, some of the poor family, we have done this because when I think TMC, they have done a survey also, I don't know, but we have done this because of survey. That's why we promise both, given employment at the same time, so the poor family, we should support them cash, because you see, if you see the very poor family, if you go to their house, I personally have seen, sometimes you don't have a place to sit even when you go to the family. Those are the real poverty we see in Meghalaya, and then the numbers are increased day by day. That's why we have decided to give them cash to support them for their children's education, to support them for the children's upbringing for day-to-day life. That's why. So far, you see the leakage in revenue is very high. That's why if you see the leakage in revenue is very high. As of now, if you see most of people, they don't get even a proper challan. For example, coal, they're being transported almost 3,000 trucks every day. Limestone is transported almost 10,000 trucks every day. But the challan is given only 9 tons for limestone and only 10 tons from coal. Whereas the truck carries almost 60 tons. So the leakage of revenue is very high. We have done a proper assessment on this, and we can get it. For example, lots of leakage in revenue, be it in terms of liquor, be in terms of coal, be in terms of limestone, be in terms of other government taxes. We have done a detailed survey on this. I think there should not be a shortage. Whatever we have given a commitment, it is a doable commitment. It's not undoable. And we have to. That's why we have said a free corruptions. This is one. We'll use technology. We'll use technology to capture all the revenue of the government. Meghalaya is one of the richest in terms of minerals in India, not only in the northeast. But if we use this properly, I think the people of Meghalaya will support us. I don't say we are all angels, but if you see this time, we are trying to see the best candidates we have. We'll be using a technology, will be easier. For example, a small example if I can give you, if you go to the bank and withdraw money, sometimes if you withdraw 100, they can give you 98 or 95, or they can give you, because they say no change and all. But if you go to the ATM, you can draw exactly. So corruption free is this is an example. If you transfer money from the government to anybody, if you transfer me from the government to anybody, this process was started by the Congress with the direct benefits program transfer, direct benefits transfer. This was started by the Congress. That's why the Aadhaar card came in between, so that we can transfer to anybody. So DBT was started by the Congress. So same thing. For corruption free, we should minimize the human interfering, where we use more technology. For example, if you see the registration of vehicle in DTO, lots of corruptions is there. But if you do all these online, submitting everything online, that will be free. For contractor works, you see, lots as on today, lots of contractors, they cancel the registration because why? Only a few people are getting the job. But we do all these online and minimize the human interference. I think that will give us corruption free. For example, even in anywhere where you've seen, be it licenses, be it allotment, be it anything. If we do through a technology, with the help of technology, we minimize interference from human being. I think that's what we are planning to do. And we determine that Meghalaya should go digital. We determine that Meghalaya should be one of the best states. That is possible only if you have a corruption-free debt youth. For example, recruitment in different government departments. As of now, you've seen in Garo Hills, last time there was lots of social media circulations that some of the government seats were sold, some of the government jobs were sold. How far is true? But to minimize all those, instead of giving all those, we use a technology which will minimize all those. This is we plan to do for the corruption-free Meghalaya.
Rilum jungi mentala dei kapor ka jingkela kisur ngin pen sawa lawan kapor ka jingkela Rilum jungi mentala dei kapor ka jingkela kisur ngin pen sawa lawan kapor ka jingkela